Yo, what's up? I tricked you. I didn't actually get banned. Um, I had last week off, pretty sick. Other than the fact that I had still had to play half the week for the agility month record. So I did end up getting that by like 300,000, but nobody's surprised there. We all knew I was gonna get that record. Um, we also won that week. I'm pretty sure that the enemy teams have all like stopped trying, other than one, and we don't play them again until semifinals or finals. I don't really know. But yeah, I think we're on what, week 6 now? Sounds about right. And I'm back in it to win, as you can see. Doing some Temperos. I'm not scaled to this, so I am technically cheating, as per usual. In other news, Ethos, they're on the come up. They're picking up a lot of big hitters in the skilling scene. But I am still not allowed in, for some reason. I don't know what happened, what I did, but uh, they think I'm in Horse Gang, but I'm not Horse Gang. I swear. I went outside last week. Here's a clip from that. So yeah, pretty good time. Pretty good time. It was loud. Hurt my ears real bad. But what can you do? I heard that MLK and Levine and what's his name? Sorry, not what's his name. Milinsky are done doing the like Weekly reviews. So this week I'll try and pick up on that a bit. See what I can do. It's not gonna be good because I am not paying attention to anything that's going on, but we'll see. So yeah, plans for this week for me. It seems like it's another chiller week. The enemy team is already like 70, yeah, 70 EHP behind right now. We're against the Citizen Shitlows again. This is our second time versing them. Yeah, just a chiller week. I get to do Temperos, get some other unlocked for the account. I can do like regular 2 tick in the future because I really need the Dragon Harpoon. But yeah, so other matchups this week. Let's take a look. Open up the fantasy website here. Other matchups this week, we got Bangor Harbor Butchers versus Fossil and Fiends. That seems like a pretty close matchup, closer than maybe some people would have thought. It's 171 EHP to 120 right now, so only about a 50 EHP lead there. Then we got the Chinchompa Trap House, who I found out last week has like thrown the towel. They're not gonna be trying anymore. They're taking the rest of fantasy off, so good for them. Hope they enjoy their chiller break. And they're getting skill in our Goon Squad. They're up by also around 60 HP. So I guess like our finals teams, let's take a look. Teams? Is this how you do it? No, standings. It's good. The teams for the playoffs are going to be the Butchers, the Plunderers, Tennessee Chitlers, and Goon Squad. So the people getting chopped out are Fossil Fiends and Trapper Trap House. But I think that's the only surprise going into playoffs is that Chinchaba Trap House is not there. I think they had a really good draft. Just things didn't pan out for them. Who would they have taken their spot? I guess the Goon Squad, which I think is also like a fairly decent team, but yeah, things again also didn't play out for them. Kaduzu is more burnt than maybe people were expecting. But I hope we continue to see him play even after fantasy, but it's unlikely. So we will be missing him. Yeah, like I think overall fantasy's been going pretty well. I think the only bad part is like week 4 or 5, like people are already sort of done playing. I don't know how you really fix that other than like having a first or second place reward to keep the people that aren't gonna win motivated. But I don't know. Yeah, that hasn't been a thing in the past, and I don't see it being a thing in the future. And I don't really know like what you would give to keep it motivating. Like, I think GP would have to be a really insane amount for it to be motivating, so I feel like that's not very viable. It's not like you can give out a badge to the second and third place teams, because that just defeats the purpose of the whole thing. So it's pretty tough. Yeah, so going into next week, I guess we can take a peek. I think the next week matchups are going to be more of the same. Like, one team is just going to steamroll the other, because it doesn't really matter anymore. Placement isn't going to be changing. So week 7 will be Trap House versus us, so that's guaranteed free week because they have quit. That's gonna be the Fiends versus Goon Squad. That could be a decent matchup, but I don't see the Fiends playing since they are, not gonna be in the finals. And then we have the Bangor Harbor Butchers versus the Shitlows, which, if the Shitlows decide to play, I feel like that could be a decent matchup, but I still don't see them coming even close to winning, depending like who the Butchers play, but that could be a matchup to look forward to. Other than that, like, yeah, I think we're just not much going on until semifinals and finals. I think those could be interesting to see. Hopefully in semifinals the both matchups like really try, and then the finals of course will be like a slaughter. The Butchers really don't stand a chance against us if we end up in there against them. So yeah, I think that's gonna be a blowout. Yeah, I think I don't remember like what else they used to do on that. They like rank their top 5. My top 5 is gonna be a little bit biased because I'm on one of the teams. So my number 1 is of course us, the Plunderers, and then I think number 2 is gonna be the Butchers. I think nobody would disagree with me there, other than the 2 people that used to be doing the cast, because there's something wrong with those guys. I don't think they understand the game or like have been paying attention to the fantasy that's unfolding in front of them at all. No disrespect to them, I think they made a really entertaining cast, but I don't think they did the research. Number 3 team, this is where it starts to get tricky. I think actually for me it would have been the Trap House, but them quitting really, throws a wrench in that. So I think my new number 3 would just have to be the Shitlows. I think they have a good lineup, a good chance to really like put some numbers on the board. It just comes down to if they decide to play or not. Number 4, let me take a look. This one can be hard, I think. Yeah, I think the Fiends had a pretty decent draft. I think it was unfortunate. I think the unfortunate part of this team is like Cheery getting first picked. I think she came off a really big woodcutting month and it was really amazing. But she went straight into fantasy, and I think she was hoping for more of like a chiller comp, like be playing when someone needs a break. And like do like some big numbers every few weeks, but unfortunately she got first picked, and I think that really like took a toll on her. I think yeah, I don't know, I just don't think she wanted that to be the case. I think the rest of I think she's a really good player, but it's just, yeah, I don't know, not to be first picked for this comp, I believe. They have some other heavy hitters that could have been like pretty good, but they're just not playing that much. Like I see Marnie in there, but they've only played 2 weeks. I feel like they could be putting big numbers up. Pianpan only playing 3 weeks is like, I don't want to say a surprise because it's not really, but I think they could be doing more for their team. But so I guess there's some other issues going on there. They got Grayson, big hitter there, playing way more weeks than I think he wanted to. But yeah, anyways, I think I would have put these guys at number, what we were on 4, but I think, yeah, things just turned like, if you look at what happened leading up to fantasy, then like yeah, you start to see some issues shining through. I don't know how you word that better, but yeah, I think, okay, so number 5, these are the teams that aren't going to be in, I guess. What's left? The Fiends, put them at 5, and then number 6 just has to be the Trap House because they have given up. But I think they did have like a really good roster if they had put in, give it their all the whole time. But I think maybe they like lost hope in themselves or something. Yeah. So, and then that would, yeah, that's my top six, I guess. My top four would have been the other ones that I said. Um, I forgot who I said anyways, but yeah. I think. What do I think? I think that covers that. Let's see, what else do they do? I feel like that's mostly what they do, right? Oh, they do like their player of the week, whatever. I think again I'm biased here, but I think PVM is hard. Dropping a 100 that week, I don't think anybody knew who he was going into fantasy, and I think a large amount of people don't know who he is, even finishing fantasy. But I did see that they joined Solus, I believe. So hopefully, like we see them keep scaling. Hopefully they're liking scaling. Could be big for the scene. Yeah, I think that would be my like up and coming player of that week, last week. MVP of last week. Doesn't. I mean, I can't. I don't think it matters. Like Azula, I guess. No, like just finishing up the other agility month, like getting second place to me. But still really good showing, playing as much as they did the whole time, even though they knew like they were gonna get second place to me. Yeah, big respect there. Who's gonna be MVP next week? Again, I don't think it matters. I don't know who's playing next week, but I know who it isn't gonna be, and that's me, cause I'm chilling. I don't think I have to play next week, and I'm probably not going to till the semifinals. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, movies, TV shows. Back to my stuff. Fuck the fantasy stuff. Movies, TV shows I watched. Let's see, what movies did I watch that was good? Um, let me take a look at my list. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Watched that. I was going into it with high hopes. It ended up being kind of pretty uneventful for me. I guess it is just like a classic, Western. They're going for that Western style where nothing really happens for the first hour and a half of the movie, and then everything happens right at the end. Sort of one of those things. But I just didn't have a connection with the story at all as it was going on, so it just felt really stale until again the last like couple scenes of the movie. TV shows, still watching Ink Master. That's still a banger. We're on like season 6 or something now. Yeah, big recommend to that one. Or if you haven't watched it, I would start. And I think you're gonna want to watch it all the way through. Okay, yeah, I think that's everything. Thanks for watching. This one went a bit long, but again, trying to pick up the slack for the other people that aren't doing the cast. Try and fill people in on what's going on with the fantasy, because the people deserve to know. Anyways, see ya next week.